Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello. Soulful Saturday. What do you say? Well, it's recorded Soulful Saturday anyway. And also these glasses, what is up with them? Oh, I can't see anything. These are the ones I sat on, what do you do with that? Anyway, sorry about that. I'm going to see if there's something I can do here to correct it. Hello. Nope. I can go down low like that. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out, right? Yes, we will. I could do this, but that's not going to help. Anyway, here is the new quote. Let's just go with the quote of the week, shall we? When your clarity meets your conviction and you apply action to the equation, the world transforms before you. I love this. And we're going to be talking about clarity today. That's our whole MO. And clarity is that thing that we're all looking for. We're all on the quest for clarity, aren't we? I'm sorry, you guys. This is really okay. I'm just going to have to go like this. Oh, and I have nice mascara under the eyes. Whatever. Yeah, you still love me, right? Clarity. Our conviction is the thing inside of us that says, yes, this is the thing that I need to do. And the clarity makes it go like that. So we get it and we connect those dots. The connector is everything. And that's the thing that moves the needle. That's the thing that moves our lives and makes things work in our favor. Makes things, even though we have to do a little work, even though we have to, get a little elbow grease into it, it changes everything because we shift. Everything shifts because the clarity is there. The conviction is there and the connection is made. I love this. This is Lisa Nichols, by the way. If you've never watched her, go watch some of her YouTube videos. She'll blow you away. She's just phenomenal. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, from confusion to clarity, because there is definitely a path. There's a bridge that needs to be built. You can see that we're getting ready for full bloom. We are full bloom minded right now. The dream team and I are on it. We're working hard on it. I've been working on the presentation, and I think it's going to be something. It's going to be a little different this year, and I think it's going to really help move the needle in your lives. If you're feeling a little something in you that says, oh, maybe I should be doing this, it's Saturday, April 24th. We start at 9 in the morning, and we go all day till 5. We have a break for lunch. This is something you want to be a part of, okay? Check it out, savingdinner.com/bloom. Okay, lots of details there. And I promise you, every little detail is on point, from the swag bag to the presentation to everything about it. It's going to light you up. And if you have a conflict in the date, don't worry about it, because you will get a copy of this. You'll be able to watch this on repeat if you want to. Timestamp it and, get the stuff out of it that you need. That's what this is all about, savingdinner.com/bloom. We also have quote decks on deck, and they are flying out the door. They come with these cute little stands. Look. So you can stick it right there on your desk. Here, I'm being a desk right now. See how that sits? What? And you put a little one of these little cards. Let's choose one, shall we? We'll do a demo. Like, here's one right here from Peter Drucker. I just mentioned this one yesterday. It says, that which is measured improves. So if you were kind of just like, well, maybe, and you're not really sure about what's going on, start keeping, maybe you need to keep a food journal. This is sitting there on your desk looking at you. Now, I'm going to just say one thing about this, because this is how this whole thing works. Even if you're not registering it and reading it, like going, oh, Peter Drucker said, that which is measured improves. It's constantly imprinting on you. It's constantly coming to you so that you are always about it. It's that impressive, and it will light you up, I promise you. So that's the quote deck. Go to savingdinner.com/quote to get more information about them. And remember, this is a limited edition. They will be gone soon. They go fast. Also, what else do we have to tell you? The Mindful Mug also is flying out the door. This is another environmental thing that we do. Sets you up for success, and you can see I am amazing there. It's also a number 1, and that's what you see on the back. It's a little word cloud in a heart, letting you know just how wonderful you are, that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and this is just confirming that. You can find out about mindful mugs and why they're so significant and how to get one for free. Go to savingdinner.com/mug. And lastly, this is the last day, well, the second to the last day, right? For our special, which we have right now. This is our supplement of the week. It is our perfect paleo protein. Yeah, you can get it in vanilla, chocolate, or unflavored. And when you purchase it, you have the option to purchase our complete volumes of a hot melt whey. This is over 300 recipes, 13 weeks of dinner plans, and even more. I don't even know. This is like a huge number. This would be a huge book. Anyway, we have a lot of that stuff there, and it's all very significant, very helpful, and it will help you on your journey. It's all right now only $47. And I'm telling you, this sold separately with the program and everything that goes with it, it would be over $200. So grab it, savingdinner.com/show. That's where we hide the stuff. That's where we put things so that you have an exact place to go. That's your landing place. Don't forget, Q&A is next also on Fridays. Just send your questions into support@savingdinner.com. Make sure you say question for Leanne on Friday in the subject line so we know what to do with those questions, okay? But today is Soulful Saturday. And Soulful Saturday, this is because our daily dish show, if you're new to this, our daily dish show is helping to bring you back to vibrancy, heart, mind, body, and soul. Because we recognize and we have seen and we have experienced this whole carousel of crazy, is what I call it, of just having this one goal in mind. I just want to wear those smaller jeans. I just want to get down to XYZ size. I just want that. That's all we can see. So here's what the carousel of crazy is. We go on the diet, we lose the weight, or we don't, or maybe we do, maybe we lose some of it, or we finally get to our goal, then we put it all back on. Then we go looking for a new guru, looking for a new book, looking for a new diet, somebody who's going to turn us on with something new. Because obviously it was that, not anything having to do with us. It's the carousel of crazy, going around and around and up and down and really getting nowhere fast. But when we recognize that it's our whole lives that are really on the carousel of crazy, the confusion, the lack of clarity, when we see that, that's when we know that our lives deserve more scrutiny, that we deserve to live an up-leveled life, that we deserve vibrancy back in our lives. Because it's not just about the jeans or the color of your lipstick or any of it. It's about all of you. It's about how your relationships are. It's about your life. It's about how excited you are to get up in the morning. It's about your home and everything, your children and your work, everything. And that just changes the whole trajectory of your life when you start to see that this is just a part of it. And then you could fit that into your whole life. I love that part because this is what makes us feel like we have a life that is worth living. You get me where I'm going with all of that? So from confusion to clarity, in my opinion, this is the biggest flip ever because we've been doing pancake week all week, right? This is the biggest flip ever. You know why? Because confusion is the carousel of crazy. It confuses us on what we're going for. The carousel of crazy doesn't give us clarity. The carousel of crazy keeps us stuck in the same place, doing the same thing, having the same result and feeling not so good. Not just not feeling so good, but feeling like failures, feeling like that's all there is to this life, feeling like I can't even. I can't tell you how many women I've spoken to who've like crash dieted to go to a reunion or a wedding or something just to look good for this one event. And all they'll tell me when I've coached them one-on-one is, I just want to get back to then when I did that and I was at that weight. And I will say to them over and over again, it's not just about that. It's, what do your blood tests tell you? How do you feel? You know, there's so many factors in here. And we can't just be looking at this one thing, because that will take us down a path where nothing else really matters in our lives, and it's not getting our attention. It's not getting the attention that we deserve. Our relationships suffer. Our relationship with food suffers. Our relationships with ourselves suffer, because it's very conditional. It's a very transactional relationship when we do things like that. We're not loving ourselves heart, mind, body, and soul. We're loving ourselves only if we fit in those jeans. That's the confusion. That's the chaos of the carousel of crazy. Are we not worth a little bit more than that? Are we just these flesh suits? Is that it? We have to look at these things, because these are the things that push us to a place of just absolute depression and despair, and feeling really desperate as well. And it doesn't need to be that way. It's a good thing to embrace fitness. It's a good thing to embrace healthy eating, because you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Things are going to all work out and go the way that they're supposed to go. And you can let go of the result and concentrate on other things as your body does the work it needs to do. There's corrections that need to happen with your hunger hormones, with your health. There's corrections that need to happen inside of you. You're correcting also your relationship with food. And if you were with us for the food addiction webinar, you know a lot of us have addiction issues. A lot of us have had such weird attachments to food. Well, to us, not weird, because that's just basically what we've done. That's been our thing. You know, we haven't gone out gambling or compulsively shopping or drinking ourselves silly. We've made a beeline for the pantry. That's where we've put our hopes and our addictions. And by the way, if you want to watch it, you can watch that webinar. It's not going to be live, of course, but it's at savingdinner.com/freedom, because freedom from food addiction is everything. It keeps us off the carousel of crazy. It separates out the confusion and the chaos and helps to bring us into clarity. You know, the psalmist said, here we go. The psalmist said, "Be still and know that I am God." When you're on the carousel of crazy, you're not still. You're going around and around. It's dizzying, as a matter of fact. When you're still, you're silent and you're peaceful. You know, the other day I was out for a walk around our little lake. You know, I'm just wildly crazy about our lake. And every beautiful day that comes up when it's sunny or whatever, I put on my shoes and I get out there and I power walk around that lake, just so full of gratitude, saying my prayers, thanking God for all of these wonderful blessings and being able to be here. And just lately, they've started dredging the lake. They do this, you know, every 7 years or so. And it's our turn to get our little lake dredged. And what was a peaceful, calm lake has now been all churned up. And there's dirt coming up and there's mud everywhere. And what was peaceful and just lovely is no longer. You know, it's all messed up. I know it's going to be again, but it's all messed up. And the way I felt about looking at that lake versus how I usually feel looking at that lake, looking out onto the peace, looking out and seeing all that beauty, was a completely different thing. And I was thinking to myself as I was looking out there, I was thinking, be still and know that I am God. And yes, God is even in the mess of this. And eventually it will get back to the place of peace that it was. And that's, you know, that's how that whole thing works. This is how stillness is versus chaoticness is. I think it's important for us to be with our being. And that's how we become and really respond to our beautiful selves, you know, where our souls are housed, our empathy, our connection with God, our higher selves. You know, we have so much wisdom that we haven't even begun to tap, simply because we're not listening to our insides anymore. We're listening to everything that's outside. We're focused on all the wrong things and on the carousel of crazy. That's confusing. It doesn't bring clarity. What it does is just adds to the chaos. It adds to the noise. It adds to the mess. It's like dredging the lake. That's what that's about. So we all have this jumble inside. That's what I've been talking about lately. When I talked about it originally, I thought immediately when I was talking about how your brain just kind of goes over here and over there. And I'm probably as ADD as the best of them, right? But I remember one time I was with Marla, and we were staying in a hotel room together, and I pulled out my necklace. I had all these little traveling things. I had this lovely necklace that I wanted to wear, and I pulled it out, and it was stuck with something else, and I just went, because she loves taking that kind of stuff apart and fixing it. And she, within a minute, she just got in there and did her thing and completely took everything and laid them all down and apart. And I thought that was such an ironic moment and such so telling, because she helped me to do that literally in my life so many years ago, 20 years ago. But that's what it is. We have this jumble in our head, and we just get completely messed up about it. So the confusion is the jumble, and we can iron that all out. We can get through the jumble. And you want to know how we do that? We get through the jumble by writing things down. And how many times have I said that this week? Well, this is we're flipping things this week. We're flipping confusion right now for clarity. So to get clarity, we have to be pursuing clarity. And we do that by writing things down. And I don't care if you have 100,000 ththings going on. You're over here, you've got a list of things you need to do for the house. Over here, you've got a grocery list. Over here, the things for the kids. Over here, work stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff to return to people and stuff that needs to go back to Amazon, whatever. We all have it. Come look at my desk. For heaven's sakes. We all do this. But our clarity comes when we decide to pursue it. When we pursue clarity, we pursue something that's a higher level than where we are right now. Because clarity gives us the vision that we want for our lives. Clarity gives us the ability to pursue vibrancy. And clarity makes it very, very clear on who we are, what we're here for, and that we're here on purpose for purpose. It lines up. Boom, boom, boom. It untangles the jumble. So what we need to do is pursue clarity by writing things down. Pursue clarity by being with somebody who speaks your same language. You can find them in our group. I promise you, there's so many women there who are just on the same level, sorting the same jumbles as you are. It's a very human thing to sort the jumble. And I'm saying to you that if you have a jumble, don't be ashamed of it. Just deal with it. You've got yours. I've got mine. And together we're living a human experience. This is what we do. And to get to that place of clarity, again, is that pursuit of clarity. And it is doing these different things. The other thing that I would invite you to do is meditate and pray. Because when you are still, then you are connecting to your higher self, your beautiful self. The part of you that's connected to God. The part of you that has the wisdom and knows better. The part of you that's tapped in. It's like when I meditate sometimes, and I sit just in the meditation, and I'm going to tell you this because of the jumble, I have a pencil and a paper here, just in case something comes up that I can't just, usually what I do is I wrap it in a bubble and I just let it go. And I just visually see it in my mind's eye. Wrap it in a bubble, let it go. Wrap it in a bubble, let it go. But if it's something like, oh no, you got to do, then I will quickly write it down and get back to my meditation. That's what we do when we have jumbles. But it helps because it centers us. And I see, as I'm meditating, I see this huge light. I mean, I'm manufacturing it in my head. I'm not having a vision, okay? I'm manufacturing in my head just this light of just connection going heavenward, just because I want to feel that connection. Connection helps to get us to the place of clarity. Connection's it. Because when we're connected with ourselves and with our beautiful selves, we can connect with our Heavenly Father above, and we can connect with others, and we can manage the confusion. We can manage the chaos. Because I'm going to tell you this, from confusion to clarity, there is a lot of bridges that need to be built. It's not just one. There's a lot, because there could be confusion here with, like, I don't know what to do next, or I'm a little bit concerned, or I'm a little frightened about this, or I got this diagnosis. We're always in this place of trying to figure something out. Sometimes it's a lot of things. Sometimes it's one thing. Sometimes it's several things, but there's always something there. And in that confusion, if you take the time to be still, you take the time to meditate, you take the time to pray, journal, write it down, and talk to somebody who speaks the same language as you do, things become calm. And there's your other C right there. Because you don't have to have everything figured out to have clarity. You don't. You just have to know that it's all going to be working out, you know? If we believe that everything is working out to our own good, which I do, then things will. And if I'm doing the very best that I can in the situation that I'm in with all that I have, then isn't it going to work out the best that it can? Isn't it? Isn't that what clarity is about too? Seeing that I'm going to use everything in my little toolbox to make the best out of this particular situation. We all have this ability to do this. We just have to settle down, get off the carousel of crazy. The carousel of crazy is never going to give you the clarity that you're looking for. It maybe might give you 5 minutes in a pair of jeans that you like, but what the answer is to all of this for our lives, for the confusion with everything, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, is getting off of that and instead choosing the pursuit of clarity. Because clarity is built one little bridge at a time, and it's solved one little problem at a time. And it's done in a way that's calm, that's collected, that's together, in a way that's focused, and in a way that is your own basic recipe, because you have that inside. You have the wisdom inside. And that's what I'm going to ask you to tap into, is your own wisdom, your own self, your own higher self, and connect with God. Because I promise you this, that when you do this, things will calm down. The jumbles will seem less big, and you'll be able to work things out. You just will. That's what clarity does, because clarity is one of the builders, one of the tools. And to get there and is to use it. Yeah. So it's a tool, and it's also a destination, but it's never, ever just a done deal. There's always going to be something else. It's just the human experience. So here's to being human. It's a fun ride, isn't it? Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget, Sundays, we're dark. We're not going to be here. But on Monday, for Motivational Monday, we will be showing up. I'm going to be wearing my costume. I have my dancing shoes on. You going to show up? I sure hope so. Peace be with you. And don't forget, now's the time. Go get signed up for Full Bloom. And don't forget, Perfect Paleo Protein. You got until Sunday at midnight. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.